Hey there, how's it going? Welcome to LoopLearnings. This is the next video in the series. We are making inventory management system. And in this video, we will continue with a little bit more with the user interface. We'll bring the products and the supplier information right on the dashboard so we can lock it up and we can continue with the rest of the reporting suite. So this is what we are going to cover. In the last video, I've demonstrated how to make this mechanism of filtering and how to have the tiles updated with the data. So if you haven't watched that, make sure you do. All right, for this video, let's get started. Okay, so what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to bring this products information onto this list box. And you can see the products information right here. And we also will bring the information from the suppliers, because suppliers are also important. So we'll have this. So first, let's have suppliers, and then we will bring the products information. To do that, I will quickly go to the design view, and I'm going to select a button here, and I'm going to paste right here. And we will say manage supplier, manage suppliers. Okay, and we'll give a name for this button, btn manage suppliers. All right. So what we're going to do is we will click on event and we'll go to the ... code builder. And the workflow is user clicks on this button and a message box appears that have yes and no options. So the idea with that is we want to ask the user, hey, do you want to display the existing suppliers onto the list box? If yes, then click on yes, otherwise no. Or you can change the message, because the idea with this is we want to use one button for multiple purposes. We want to use this button to display the records, and we want to use this button to create a new record. So basically, if user click on one of the option, this form should appear in the new mode. Okay, so we want that to happen. So how do we achieve it? We simply go to the VB editor and we'll write the code here. And so we will declare the variable. We'll say dim response as integer. So basically this will allow us to throw a message box to the user with two options, and user would have to click one. Okay, so we'll now say response equal to message box, and the message box would be click yes to create new supplier, click no to view the existing suppliers. All right, and after this we'll say VB question plus VB yes no cancel. All right, so now we have this message box appearing. What we need to do, we need to now define what will happen in different situation. If user clicks on yes, what happens? If user clicks on no, what happens? And if user clicks on cancel, then what happens? So how do we define that? Well, we'll use good old if and then statement. So we'll say if response equal VBS, then, and of course we want a form to open. This form supplies F in a view that should be add new record view, right? So we'll say do cmd dot open form, and we give a name of the form, suppliers F. There you go, and comma, and we have the view. So we'll want to open this as data mode. Sorry, I keep saying view, but it's all about data mode in add mode. And if user clicks on if response equal VB no, then, okay, else if, sorry, not only if VB no is the response, then we want to bring the information from this table onto this list box. So how do we do that? Well, it's quite simple. We'll simply copy this, okay, and we will paste right here. But we will change this statement, the select everything from, so what's the name, suppliers M. So there you go. and the column count is 3. That's the column count is 1, 2, 3. And we go back here and we define the column width. So I think that's okay. Let's copy and paste, add one more column. And then else, the last statement, if it is not yes, not no, and if it is cancel, then do nothing. And we say end if. Awesome. Do we need anything else? I don't think so, but let's debug it. No problem at all. Now let's go and check it out. There's one thing I think I have, no, the add news added. I thought I forgot. Now let's click on this button. There you go. We have the prompt and it is asking, click yes to create a new supplier, no to view the existing. We'll start with cancel. So technically nothing should happen if I click on cancel, because this is telling the Microsoft Access that the user has canceled this action. But if we'll click here, we'll click on no. And if our code works, we should have the supplies information right here. So click on no, there you have it. And now if we'll click on yes, then we should have supplies F opened. And there you have it in the adding new record mode. So that's how you build this mechanism. Now we want to build a mechanism where we can open the existing supplier information. So how do we do that? So we'll right click, design view, and we'll select this list box and we go to on double click event. And by the way, we forgot to do something, and that is how do we now know that we are looking at the suppliers information? Because if we'll come here, manage suppliers, there is nothing that appears here what we have opened. Remember, we want this as a reference point to tell Microsoft Access what record or what operation we are working for. So let's go to design view again, and we go to manage suppliers, and we dot, and right here we will say me.lbl, and the LBL, what's the name of the, I'll come here. So LBL list, okay. If the caption dot caption equal, we'll say suppliers, something like that. And this as well, if the response is no, suppliers. Actually, when we're creating, we don't need to have supply. Or if you want to capture, you can, but I will not. I will only use this when we are modifying the existing records. So now if we'll come back, we'll click on suppliers, we'll click on no, and you can see that it has changed to suppliers. So that's what I wanted. Now we can refer to this and we can open this form by having a double click event. That's why I wanted to go through this route. So we select the list box, go to the event tab, dot, and right here we can define what we need. So we'll come here and we'll say copy this, and we'll say me.btn create.caption. All right, so we just have to change this to me.lbl list. That's the name of the list. Dot caption equals suppliers. Then what needs to happen? I will say else if, okay. Then we simply want to open the record. So do cmd dot open form, and we'll give a name of the form, which is suppliers F, comma, and comma, and comma. This is where the where condition is used, where the supplier ID equals ampersand me dot list dynamics dot column 0, because this is where the supplier ID is being used, and we want to open in the edit mode. I think this should work, but let's try it out whether this will work or not. So now let's click on manage suppliers, no, and if we double click on vendor Y, we get an error. Okay, so that means, oh, that's 3 times B. Oh no, that's not the name of the form. Okay, let's copy the form name actually, so we are not making another mistake. So let's copy that, we go back. Yeah, I think it's correct now. Great, now let's double click, and there you have it, vendor Y and then vendor A. and then Alibaba. All right. So this thing is working. Now you have the card operation already performed. So basically, you can view the list of vendors or the suppliers, and you can modify them if you want to, and you can create a new vendor as well. So that's one part, and we will repeat the same for the products. So let's go ahead and do that. With the products, we have several columns. So we'll have the product ID, product name, category, unit cost, unit price. I think, and the reorder level. I think this is the important information to have. We don't need supplier ID. In case if you want, you can then bring the supplier information along with you as well. So let's copy this button. We'll paste it. We'll say instead of manage suppliers, we will say manage products. But we are going to keep the same fundamentals. We're going to have the same message box appearing with three options: yes, no, and cancel. And if user clicks on yes, what happens, and cancel, what happened, and no, what happens. So all of that we're going to build. Let's rename it to BTN products. All right, let's go to the event tab, code builder, and right here we will write the code. The code should be similar to what we have written for the managed suppliers. So how we are going to do it? dim response as integer, and we'll say response equal to message box parenthesis open parenthesis close double quote, and we'll say click yes to create a new product, click no to view the existing products. Yeah, there you have it. And the message type would be VB question plus VB yes, no, and cancel. And now we'll repeat the same. If response equal to VB yes, then what should happen? Well, then this form should open. Which form specifically? The products M. All right, so let's copy the name. And let's say do cmd dot open form and paste the name of the form, comma, and it should be opening as new. By the way, this is I don't think this is a bound form. I think this is a bound form, right? Yes, this is a bound form. I was getting confused. Maybe this is an unbound form, but this is a bound form. So let's go back, and so that's why this is important and mandatory, and that's why we have added. Else if response equal VB no, then we want to fetch this information what I talked about earlier, and we want to bring this information onto this list box. So again, we will copy this, yeah, and we'll paste. Don't forget to have this me.lbl list dot caption equal products. And now we can rewrite this. So select everything from products M, that's the name of the table. And how many columns are total? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So total 6 columns. And we'll give a width to each. I think we'll give a width to first 2 or 3 columns, and rest everything should appear. So 0, 1, 2, that's the width. Okay, and rest everything should appear. And if this is with the new version, by the way, otherwise you have to write everything. Great. Let's go ahead and check it out whether this thing works. Form view, and we'll click on manage products. We get 3 options. Click on cancel, nothing happens. We click on no, we should see the products populating onto the list box. Great. And now if we'll click on yes, we should see a form opening in the new product addition mode. Great. One last step is left, and that is double click event on this. So let's go ahead and repeat the same that we did for the supplier. So basically I'm going to copy this rather than I'm going to rewrite. I'm going to paste right here. If the captions are products, and then the form which should open is called products F, right? And let me copy this. I don't want to have a mistake. So that's why. And what's the name of the product ID? That is correct. So product ID equal to me.list dynamic product ID. Great. Let's debug. No error as of now. Oh, hang on a second. Let me confirm. Yes, that seems to be all right. Let's go to the form view and let's click on manage products. We'll click on yes. So there's nothing. Manage products. Click on no. And we have, so let's double click on cotton t-shirt. And there you have it, cotton t-shirt, wireless mouse, organic green tea, everything is appearing that it's supposed to. So that's how you add more information. You can keep adding, to be honest. The world is yours. You can keep adding all the features, and we will also add lots of buttons. Perhaps we'll make a reporting suite in the upcoming videos. So if you're learning, please do let me know. Even if you have not, then let me know as well. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you do hit the bell icon so you get notification whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one.